Right, go on. We're on.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
So, tonight we are going to talk about cooking up some mischief. And I'm going to start by telling you that I am the world's worst father at cooking. We like McDonald's in our house.
You got it in.
Yeah, even my son says it now. I'm actually going to play a prank on McDonald's drive-through. We're going to pull up. It's all from the Eddie Murphy stand-up comedy show. And when she asks what I'm ordering, I'm just going to go, McDonald's!
James's face.
This is the fourth time I've heard this story tonight.
Yeah, so basically McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, microwave meals, and the odd occasion we'll get the slow cooker out.
Is that a crock pot?
Pardon?
Is that a crock pot?
Crock pot? What's
I don't know. I bought a crock pot, which is like a slow cooker. I did buy it in a big, very, very normal supermarket, and it was on sale just after Christmas.
Right. Must be a southern thing, that Tosh, a crock pot.
That's the name of it.
All right. It's a slow cooker up north.
Yeah.
We do everything slow up north. Even though we're cooking.
Can I just say, I love a slow cooker. It revolutionized my whole single parent cooking with hungry teenagers, cold winter nights. The whole thing is just nothing. And the kids used to come in, they used to go, oh, the house smells really nice. And
it's such a good feeling, isn't it? It's like when you're
driving
home and you're thinking, what am I having for tea tonight? And then you think, no cooking, you're cooking.
All done. It's all done. Happy days. It's a bit like like smells like if you ever get to make bread in your house, which I haven't for years. It's just all like having an open fire or a fire or something.
Yeah.
And having a slow cooker.
Yeah. You go around to tea sometimes when we're allowed. Me and the kids have been round for tea sometimes.
When you're allowed.
Well, we're not allowed at the moment, are we?
Oh right, okay. Just when you're not playing up.
When we're really struggling for something to do, we go to Steve. What we're having for tea, Steve? Like, we're having chicken in white wine sauce. I'm like, bring it on.
Ooh.
White wine sauce. And you go to Steve's and it's just like an jalapeno 2 minutes thing.
He's Mr. Ping.
My kids don't have to wait. They get their food. But the funniest thing, going back to the McDonald's, is most children, as you know, James and Tosh, love chicken nuggets, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, when Harry was a little toddler, he always had chicken nuggets. But when we went to McDonald's, everything changed. He would only have McDonald's chicken nuggets. So I tried every brand of chicken nuggets, Iceland, Sainsbury's, you name it. None of it worked. He wouldn't have it. And the only way that I got him to eat chicken nuggets again that weren't from McDonald's was I kept a McDonald's Happy Meal box and the fries, and I put the nuggets in it, and I made the fruit shoot. And from that day forward, I kept that box and he ate the chicken nuggets.
Winner, chicken dinner.
What did you do about the toy?
Can't remember, mate.
It's really funny, isn't it? The lies we tell our children, and so many of them are definitely about food.
Yeah, chicken. I tell Rowan everything's chicken because I know he'll eat it. What's this, Daddy? What's this sausage? It's chicken. What's this beef burger? Chicken.
But as soon as children know what it's not, they kind of go, actually, there's a little bit of room for a bit of challenge the parents. So I don't know, sometimes you just got to go, right, this is this, and just be blatant. Just blatantly lie and say. It's like when you kind of make lots of, I don't know, I used to make like sauces for my kids and hide all the vegetables and then whiz them up and call them pasta sauces and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've made like supercharged pasta before. Just pasta.
Supercharged.
Pasta with bacon in, but sell it as supercharged pasta. It's, I'll have some of that.
It's like pasta royale.
Yeah, and I used to make up silly like songs for my little lad. Pasta makes you run faster. Pasta tastes really good. And there was a curry one. Curry in a hurry. Curry real quick. Don't eat it too fast or it'll make you feel sick.
I love these. That's so good. I love that.
It's worse than his Christmas song at the moment.
Christmas is coming. That's right.
Yes.
Christmas is coming.
Hilarious.
Oh dear.
I remember I thought I'd get really brave one day and make like spinach, like, you know, you put spinach and a bit of cream or whatever and onions and I was like, and they were going, oh no, green stuff, and I was going, and I whizzed it up and I was going to put it on pasta, and they're going, oh no, we're not eating that, and I was like, it's dragon's blood. And I remember they kind of went, it's going like, taste it, and it's like dragon's blood, and they were like, oh yeah, and they really got into it. So even now when they come home, my teenagers, I'll go, you're having dragon's blood, and I'll go, yeah.
So they don't mind eating dragon's blood.
No.
They won't eat spinach.
No.
Right.
Whatever works.
Crazy.
But the other thing is about doing deals, isn't it? Have you ever done deals with your kids?
Yeah.
And my little dog.
What did you say, Steve?
Always. I have to do deals every time.
Every night, yeah.
Because deals are good, aren't they? Because like then your kids feel like they're being heard. If you say, right, okay, they don't want to eat their meal, we'll go, well, let's just do a deal. And they go, yeah, and they kind of sense they're going to get something out of it. And as soon as they sense they're going to get something out of it,
yeah,
and they're learning good skills for future, you know.
Yeah. Is a deal the same as bribery, do you think, or is it different?
No, I reckon you've got to call it a deal. If it's bribery, they know you're coming from the you're the underdog. Yeah. If you've got a bribe, you've lost it.
Is it the same kind of thing?
Yeah. But you've got to ask them, you go, right, we're going to do a deal, right? What's your deal for me? If I want you to do this, if, you know, what's going to help you do this? And then they sense they can gain some ground.
Yeah.
I love observing, watching James with his youngest Rowan, trying to get him to eat. I love watching it. Brilliant.
It's so stressful. I sometimes have to leave the room because it eats that slowly. It's like, I can feel my blood boiling. You just sat there watching him eating these, whatever it is, a sausage or one pea at a time on his fork. And I'm just scoop the peas up with the spoon that I've given you and eat it. And he's like that. How much have I got to eat? All of it. But then you set your standards really high, don't you? So you start off at the beginning of the meal. How much have I got to eat? All of it. By the end of the meal, how much have I got to eat? Just eat one bit of sausage and a pea.
But the thing is, can you remember what you were like when you were a kid? If somebody said you've got to eat this meal, I mean, how did it make you feel? Did you go, oh, that's a really good idea, I'm going to eat it all up, even though I don't want to eat it or I'm not feeling hungry?
I couldn't hear my mum and dad telling me to eat that.
And you forgot to eat, James.
Yeah, I forgot what I was eating. So it's different. We ate what was given in front of us. That was it. There was no question, no deal. You eat it or you're hungry kind of thing. But times have changed, haven't they? Tell you what, I used to hate it when I was going off subject a little bit, but my mum used to make pork chops sometimes with tea, and I was always really disappointed with the pork chop. No sauce on it, nothing, just pork chops and a bit of veg. It was like rubbish. It's a rubbish tea.
We do like our sauces, don't we, on this island? We like, I think the whole curry thing, that's why we got...
Up north. Reminds me of Peter Kay. Have you got no moist when he's on hips? Gravy, we don't do gravy. Curry sauce, we don't do curry sauce. We got no moist. No. We love it. We do. We love a sauce or a gravy. And us Northerners probably more so. I don't know what it's like down south, but I think we love
Oh, well, certainly in my household, the kids used to look at stuff and go, "Where's the sauce?
Yeah, where's the gravy? But I think
Gotta
you
have a bit."
try different kind of techniques, tactics, especially with a single parent. Sometimes you can't be bothered cooking for yourself, can you? I know I can't. I find it difficult to get motivated sometimes for cooking. But one thing that me and Steve, I think Steve tried it as well, but I know me and a friend tried it, was batch cooking, which is like it's quite a big thing, isn't it? Batch cooking. If you went on Instagram
It's good.
and put in batch cooking, you get thousands of threads, wouldn't you?
I want to do it.
I want to do it, but I've not. To be honest with you, I struggle because my freezer's quite small, so I can only really batch cook for a week, which not really.
But that's still good, isn't it? Because you can kind of batch cook and you can kind of put. I always do like batch cooking. That's my like spaghetti bolognese or something like sauce or something, and then stick some in some freezer bags. And
but then you've got to eat spaghetti bolognese every night for tea.
Yeah.
I've not got this freezer space to cook 2 different meals, so it's like. But me,
it's
me and my
hard.
friend were going to. What we did, I think we only did it once. The plan was that we'd both batch cook a couple of things, so spaghetti bolognese, chicken casserole, whatever, and he'd make something different. And we'd meet up at the car
I
park,
love that.
swap some meals over, so that there was a bit of variety. Because he said the same.
I love that.
But you get fed up with chicken stir fry by Wednesday. Do you want something else? So we swapped a couple of meals for that. But my friend's meals were not the best, so I got a bad deal.
Is he going to be watching you on here?
He won't mind. They were a bit tasteless, and he didn't cover the top. Do you know, like you get a Tupperware with a lid on? He didn't put lids on his Tupperwares, and I thought, a bit weird. That didn't really sit right with me. So,
No. Can I ask you, talking Tupperware, I love that idea, by the way, of batch cooking and swapping, as long as you both kind of like each other's food. But who else has a cupboard of Tupperware, right, that has loads of lids and not much else?
yes.
Is it just mine?
No.
And even the lids you've got that are left,
Yeah.
all the lids, they still don't match
No.
the containers you've got.
Bizarre.
Weird, isn't it? I don't know what happened to it. It's so annoying. You sound like, especially if you've done some batch cooking and you're trying to put lids on and none of them fit, you end up with a plastic band to secure a lid on that doesn't really fit and lodging it in the freezer. Infuriating, isn't it?
It all because you can't want to waste it.
Yeah, I know.
Can I tell you a really good thing I bought last year? So like, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of end up with like vegetables and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do with them? And I think, oh, I'll make a stew, and it takes quite a long time. And I bought a soup maker. It's kind of, not particularly expensive. It's kind of a go on the big shopping site. It's the one that comes up. And literally, you put a bit of water in, a bit of stock or a stock cube, you put a few vegetables in, and then you just press, it's like Mr. Ping, Steve, and you literally just press this button, and in 18 minutes, you've got this really lovely hot soup. And you can just put it into, like, if you've got those canisters, whatever, for your kids, or, like the hot mini thermos. And you've got, like, amazing fresh soup. I just thought I'd share that with you. And yeah, so you can kind of go and press the button, go and get ready, and then it's literally ready. And you can do it in, like, it gets lumpy soup, smooth soup. It's just brilliant. I love it.
Do you like soup? Don't you, Steve?
Yeah, I do. And my job, Tosh, I'm a rehab officer for the visually impaired. So I have to teach blind people how to cook.
I don't know where to go with this one. I don't know where to start with this one. You're going to have to help me out. What do you do? Go on, you've got to share with us. What do you do?
Well, this is it.
Tell them to ring McDonald's.
Yeah, a McDonald's menu in Braille. No, but yeah, it's using the slow cooker, using the oven, the way you take trays out of the oven, and smell. A lot of it smell, knowing it's cooked and stuff. But yeah, if if you've got the odd person that I got that wanted to make meals from scratch, that was when I was like, oh dear.
How do I get away with this one?
Be like, right, well, let's buy everything chopped up, because you can teach them how to chop. Do you know what I mean? There's special ways to teach them how to chop. But
Amazing.
what worries me is that if I teach them, they might burn their house down. Do you know what I mean? And so I tend to say, why don't we try the microwave, and why don't we try the slow cooker? You don't need to make a meal from scratch. You just get a microwave meal. And
Ping.
touch wood, nobody's had an accident yet. So.
Well,
You could do things, I guess, like baked potato. I'm like a real big one for baked potatoes. It's just shame my teenagers. You know, if you wanted to kind of, am I allowed to mention my podcast? Because I did a thing on there with a nutritionist on like really super simple, cheap ways to eat and feed a family. And so like children going off to school and, you know, things to give them so they feel fuller and, you know, it's healthier and it's low cost as well. So that was on my Divorce Goddess podcast. And it was on nutrition. I can't remember which number it was. It was like number, oh, I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, it's maybe 8 or 9. And I guess it's kind of getting really clever, isn't it, as a single parent, because we don't have, you know, unless you're, you know, incredibly lucky, but just sort of using like baked potatoes and just getting really clever and planning meals as well. Have any of you guys ever planned meals?
yeah,
I've never planned a meal. That's what I'm asking. I'm always in awe of people who do.
tried it at the same time as the batch cooking, but like most things with me, it didn't last very long.
The reason the batch cooking didn't last long though is it took him all flipping Sunday to cook for the week, which meant he couldn't factor in any dates.
I could have invited him round. That could have been a batch cooking date. That would have been quite wrong.
Oh my God. You can invite somebody to come and cook with you. You can come and cook. Let's cook together.
That's a really good idea, actually.
And you know what? If they're single parents as well, you can cook together. They can do their thing. You can do your thing. You can swap half in the kitchen.
They can wash you up afterwards. Brilliant.
Get the kids washing up.
On that, cooking something special, Tosh, from somebody new, you know, a new partner.
What would I cook?
No, do you like to be cooked for, or do you like to?
I love it if a guy can cook.
Yeah.
It's not the be all and end all, but it's, I don't know. I think it's a really important step, especially if you haven't really cooked before. And that this is obviously Mr. Ping here. This has gone, you know. But I think it's kind of like, it's an opportunity if you're a single dad or a single mum, you were never the cook in the household, you know, you have an opportunity to learn to cook if you want to, if you're that way inclined, and you kind of don't be scared of cooking, I think is probably the way to go. Maybe you should come and have some cooking lessons one day when lockdown's over.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's not the scared of it. It's just like motivation.
There's something else to do.
Oh, I've got to go shopping to buy all these special ingredients, and that I'm only going to use. It's like you just can't be bothered, can you? I think
you've got to get clever and put stuff in your cupboard that you would always have. So
yeah,
like always have a packet of sausages in your fridge, in your freezer, and just like can of tomatoes. And
he has a fridge full of rustler burgers, don't you, Steve? When he can't afford McDonald's, he has a rustler burger.
I think you said that because I've had a rustler burger.
What, the one that you were going to post to me or something? He said, "Oh, I bought you a rustler burger. I'll send it in the post for you."
Did you feel loved?
Yeah. When I was 16, I got a job as a kitchen assistant in a care home. And my first shift, they wanted me to cook some eggs on toast for these residents. And you know, you got them massive toasters, you know, with about 8 or whatever. I put hot toast in, but you've got to like watch them. They burn, don't they?
Was it one of those things where they go through it, or was it just like you're kind of just
massive toaster? And he went off, for a break, the chef, and I set the fire alarm off because the toast burned. He evacuated the whole of the kettle onto the car park because I couldn't. And the next day, I just got put on washing up duty. They won't let me cook again.
I think they could have given you another chance.
Yeah, yeah. No, they didn't. Trust me. Burnt the egg, burnt the toast.
And you burnt. Oh.
I had a similar, well, not a really similar experience. This was in my own flat. I was doing a roast dinner for me and the kids one Sunday. I don't do it very often, but it's quite easy in a roast dinner. So I was like, everything was going off. I was feeling good and thinking, rocking this.
I'm rocking the kitchen. I'm doing it.
Boom, boom, boom. And the week before, I'd cut some Yorkshire puddings made them from scratch. They'd gone all right, but they weren't quite crispy. And my mate said, whack a bit more oil in when you in your thing,
in your tray.
Yeah, whack a bit more oil in. Get the oven turned up. My oven has been a little bit dodgy, so I didn't really think about it. I just thought, I'll whack them in, it'll be fine. Whack the oil in the oven, and then all of a sudden, like 5 minutes later, smoke alarm went off. I ran into the kitchen, opened the door, and there was flames coming out. And I'm like, kids, get out, get out!
No!
The kids ran down these metal steps, and I stay there, kids. And I thought, I can't try and put these out with a towel, so I had to get the fire extinguisher. The chicken was still in there, and the Yorkshire pudding.
No!
Made the oven. So it was ruined. There was smoke in the lounge and everything. The neighbours came out. Are you all right, mate? I said, yeah. I told them what had happened. I had to ring my ex and say, look, I'm really sorry that I've ruined tea and it's a bit smoky in the flat. Do you want to come and get the kids? And she came to get them and took them away. And I got drunk. I got drunk that night. I felt really bad and depressed and just sat.
I bet that was a real downer.
It was, but it was a funny story to tell. But it was a dramatic, stressful evening.
You opened the door and all these flames coming out.
Yeah, it was really bad. And I had to tell my landlord as well. So he was.
Oh, because of the fire extinguisher.
Well, and the oven was broke.
No. So it was all properly broken and properly big and
properly burnt, flames, and yeah, well bad.
There wasn't a little kind of like candlelight little flame thing going on. It was proper.
Well, for tea, Tosh at James's house, we always come to mind.
Hey, I made good teas for you. Sausage and mash, mate. Goes down a treat. I do proper cooking, not a la ping, chicken in whatever sauce.
A la ping. Yeah. I got cooked brunch the other day.
Oh, did you?
Nice. I had homemade chicken, homemade potato rosti or whatever they're called. You know those
hash brown.
Hash brown. That's what I was going to call it. And they said no, it's rosti, and I was like, well, I'm sure there's another name for it. Yeah, eggs, tomatoes, and bacon. All home.
Lovely.
I know.
Very nice.
There you go. Has it sealed the deal? I'm not sure, but it was very nice.
What about where to eat? Do you not find the kids nowadays wanting to be on their iPads or phones in the living room or in the bedroom eating a pizza, and this whole traditional family meal around the table slowly going out the window?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's really nice. Sorry, go on.
Well, we were always made to eat around the table. And it's kind of something that I do a lot. I mean, you've seen my flat, Steve. It's not the biggest. We've got a small dining table in the lounge, but we do generally eat tea washed together, the three of us, like nice, really quite wash up on a little table or like,
but that's still lovely you do that, because it could be quite so easy for you just to go, actually no, it's too squashed and not bother.
Yeah.
Look at you, what are you laughing about?
He's got a new say. We go in that. It's really small. And you sit down and you're facing this wall and you feel like you've got got inside like a Jeep Safari, but a really tiny one. It's just bizarre, this setting. And I said to him, if you had a girlfriend, how could you manage on this setting?
I don't know, where there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly. And it was a gift from a very good friend of mine, Stephen. So
Oh.
I'm very, very appreciative of them.
On camera, you say?
What this table I've got, it's like a
There's mischief, isn't there? We did say it was a bit mischievous tonight. There's a load of it going down.
It's a drop leaf, this dining table I've got, and the chairs are stored underneath it. They can get a bit stuck, the chair. So if I'm ever a bit stressed, like I have to open this drop leaf thing and pull the little leg out and try and get these chairs out. Sometimes they get stuck, and I'm like, you should just sit on the sofa. But
I was going to say, is that the night you sit on the sofa, you just go, I just can't bother to wrestle with it. But I think it's really important that children, and I know we kind of touched on it in a previous episode as well, that it is actually mix it up, maybe. So the kids don't feel, I've got to go and sit at the table again and talk, and maybe just use it as an opportunity to talk about somebody's got a worry, and just say, listen, anybody's got a worry, and make it so it's got a purpose, not just they've got to sit and eat there. It's like you can actually engage them, and it's an opportunity to get your children talking, and and for other members of the family to help as well. And just I know siblings, it's always tempting to kind of take the mick a bit, but if they can be helpful and supportive and encouraging that, it's but again, it's about doing a deal.
My kids' worry is whether I'm going to burn the oven. What I do sometimes, I put music on sometimes. Got a little speaker on the dining table.
They love a little candle as well. Kids, it makes it special. I remember mine going, oh, can we have candles on the table? It's like, yeah.
Actually.
What age would you say you get, guys? You get your kids involved in the cooking side of it?
Early as possible. Early as you can.
What, Rowan's age?
How old's Rowan again? He's 6. Well, why not? I mean, get him to, and you've made your pasta and you've got your sauce, you can stir some sauce. Or do I not know Rowan?
Rowan, go to the cupboard and get a packet of Wotsits out, and that'd be.
Oh, do you know what? I love Wotsit. That Wotsits are like my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I do. It's
God. And there are really big ones as well in Europe. You can get, I don't know what they're called.
Jumbo giant Wotsits. He loves them.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's my favourite crisps.
Obsessed.
If you want to cook though, James, he'd just form McDonald's. If you asked Rowan to cook, he would just form McDonald's, wouldn't he?
I don't know. I don't think he'd know the number. But one of his happiest moments, or probably of his entire life, I would think. Do you know when they opened the McDonald's after lockdown? when they reopened them, I'm going to say it was a Friday night, because I think it was. It was my weekend to have the boys, so I went to collect them. Didn't tell him, and drove to McDonald's, and he's like, "We're going to McDonald's, Dad." And he was so excited. When we got home, I took a picture. He was just smiling the whole way through eating this chicken nuggets. And it's like all these Christmases and birthdays had come at once because he was having a McDonald's again. It was like
the golden arches.
Golden arches. But I think with kids, it's just a constant meal the whole day. It's like, and everybody's mum or dad, guarantee, has said this. And if they say they haven't, they're lying. It's not a cafe. It's not a cafe anymore. And I've said it myself. And it's five minutes after the thing. I'm hungry. 5 minutes after the thing. I'm hungry, Dad. I'm hungry. It's not a fucking cafe. Can I have some chocolate? No, have some fruit. And it's like,
I know. Yeah, you say that too.
Chocolate won't fill you up. Have a banana. Right, okay, Dad, I'll have a banana. Right, and then they always want food and drink before they go to bed. Always. It got to the point where my two, right, it's bedtime now. I'm hungry. And I'd be like, oh, it's bedtime. We don't have anything to eat. So it got to the point where it was like 8 o'clock. I'd try and remember, maybe set an alarm on my phone to ping, like, right, if you want something to eat or drink, this is it. This is the cut-off.
Kitchen's closed.
No one ever. After 8 o'clock.
and then they get to teenagers and literally come down in the morning. You're like, "Where's the milk? Why is there no bread?" And they yeah, that's the other thing. And it's like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, no, just let me drink." And then in the morning you go into their room, if you dare go into their room, and there's just like bowls piled up, and they've all just been like locusts overnight. Or you just go, "Oh, do you know what? I fancy a biscuit." Nothing.
No.
Bread, nothing. Milk, nothing. And I'm like,
yeah.
You've got to tell me when you eat the last or drink the last of everything. And then like, yeah, okay. But it's just hungry. I mean, just like.
Some people have things on the fridge, don't they, where if they run out of milk, they have to write it on or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I've heard that one before. I need to do that. I run out of milk all the time, and there's nothing worse than waking up in the morning and you want your coffee. I have a coffee every morning, and you've run out of milk, or you do the sniff test and it's a bit like it's on the turn, and you think, I can't drink that. It's just annoying.
Do you know what a really good one is? If you get oat milk or something, they hate oat milk. They hate these nut milks, and and if you can have coffee with that, works. No,
I wouldn't drink. I've had almond milk before. That was grim.
I don't have milk in my coffee, so.
Oh.
My kids won't have milk in the cereal. They want have butter on the toast or on the sandwiches. I just don't get it. But what Harry will have every breakfast is a bit of Nutella, some bread.
Yeah.
If I do that, it's basically, Dad, you're not going to get me to eat. Yeah. And then come back to that thing. Is there any point in having a battle? I can get him to have some Nutella sandwiches. He's off to school. I know he's going to have a proper dinner. Happy days. So I'll let him have his Nutella sandwiches, some juice. And that's my morning roll.
Banana, can you do? No.
Nah, mate. With an apple, you have to peel the apple. Peel the whole apple. You won't touch the skin.
No. I'll do with that. Pizzas. You used to cook them mini pizzas, didn't you, Steve, for the breakfast?
Still do.
You still do that? The tiny ones?
Do you?
Now and again. Because somebody said to me, it was Joe Wicks. He said, it doesn't matter what you have for breakfast if it's a substantial meal. Why does everybody have to have a full English or a toast and cereal?
Yeah. It is about doing things differently, isn't it? If it's not working, and I know we talked about this in Wednesday's co-parenting, is like, if something's not working, just do it differently. I mean, we're all so conditioned to do it in a certain way. And, it's like having some fun, mixing it up. Yeah. And I'm not sure children will continue liking pizza forever for breakfast. So if it's for a couple of weeks for the novelty value, then.
True. I say to mine, like, if they say, can I have a chocolate bar for breakfast? I'm like, no, you can't have a chocolate bar. But I would, if I was in the kitchen making some toast or something, I would probably have a biscuit while I'm waiting for the toast or a bit of chocolate. So hypocritical, aren't we? All right for me, but not all right for you, mate. I've done it so many times. Open the cupboard. Oh, there's some minstrels there. We'll have one of them while I'm waiting for my toast.
I love Revels. I'm a bit of a Revel fan.
A Revel for it.
Oh, I like a bag of Revels.
Not knowing what you're going to get in it.
Yeah. Quite like, but I get a little bit upset sometimes. They put too many raisins in. That upsets me.
Yeah, true.
Not enough Maltesers or the little, but quite like a Revel.
But when I take my kids abroad on holiday, wow, they'll eat all sorts of fantastic meals.
Do they?
Don't get it. If you go all inclusive or something like that, they're all over it, my two. I don't get it. And then as soon as you get back home, back to the same trick.
My kids have never been abroad. Oh.
Yeah, one day, mate.
Got my little dog moaning in the background.
I mean, Pontins in Britain will take you.
Yeah. I think cooking, it's about trying to be organised, isn't it? That's the key, isn't it? Like you said, planning meals, it's a real boring thing. But It is quite a good idea, especially if you're busy or you're on your own sometimes. You've got your kids sometimes. It's difficult to plan. So it is quite a good idea. Planning.
But maybe you could plan with your kids as well. So you can ask them what they liked. And so then you're probably going to be guaranteed they like it because they've been involved in the process.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, mac and cheese or whatever.
Chicken nuggets.
You what?
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Excuse me.
I think the parents are realising all of this. I mean, I know I said I make a lot, I cheat a lot, but I do cook some stuff. But it's, behaviour. If you don't give them the right food, and then you're wondering why they're behaving, then
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, you're so right. I remember we used to live in the Middle East, and I remember this dad, they'd obviously just arrived. They'd had like this crazy early flight from the UK. And anyway, the kind of dad got in the jacuzzi, and he's going, the kids are all, he's going, what do you want to drink? They want, oh yeah, we want Red Bull. And I was sort of sitting there thinking, trying not to be judgmental, thinking, just don't give your kids Red Bull. Anyway, gave them all Red Bull. Anyway, and like 5 minutes later, they're all literally going mental in the pool. And he's going, oh, you just need to chillax, you lot. We're on holiday, chillax. And I was kind of like, part of me thinking, oh my God, which bit did you miss about Red Bull and an 8-year-old?
that one. Like McDonald's, it's full of E numbers, isn't it? I'm sure.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
We don't know that. No.
We don't know that for sure, do we? For broadcasting purposes, we don't know that.
Yeah. All what I know is everyone comes out, they're going, McDonald's!
That's just you, Steve. There's only you I've ever heard say that. Ever.
You need to watch Eddie Murphy.
I've seen that. Yeah, you made us watch it.
I'm going to send you the clip of the.
Will you send me the clip? I'm feeling a little bit left out here.
It's the McDonald's burger against the Mother's House burger.
Okay.
Yeah. My challenge, just to finish, Steve, my challenge for you one year is to cook me and my children a Christmas dinner from scratch.
Oh.
No, none of this buying the roast potatoes or the Yorkshire puddings.
My kid said that was the best Christmas dinner they had from Iceland last year. I bought it all, cheated from Iceland. Yeah.
All right, okay.
Would that do, James?
My challenge for you.
Is there a little bit of cheating allowed to happen?
No.
Somebody did. Oh, not even like Aunt Bessie's roast potatoes.
To do that, so
the ones that are like part cooked, and you just pop them in.
Maybe. Have you cooked a roast dinner, Steve?
I've only cheated from. No, I've never actually made a roast dinner properly from scratch.
Never cooked a chicken.
I've cooked a chicken in the oven, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, what's the roast dinner? A roast chicken.
Proper big chicken. I've not done a proper big one, just a little one.
A baby one.
I mean, a massive Christmas chicken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Turkey.
Turkey.
The food that will never stops.
You like turkey, Tosh?
Do you know what I like turkey in? I like turkey in casseroles and things like that. I'm just not a big roast turkey. I find it quite dry.
You, Steve?
Sell turkey,
Yeah. I only, like you said, we only ever eat it at Christmas, don't we?
I love chicken. If I'm gonna, I don't actually eat chicken anymore, but I used to love chicken. Yeah. That's kind of like my thing. Turkey is just used to find it was a bit.
Roast dinner at Christmas, but you'll only see it on Zoom, mate. You won't be able to have it. So.
I didn't mean this year. What went 1 year? 1 year.
We don't know though. We don't know about this year, do we yet?
We don't know. Maybe this year, Steve. Maybe you'll be able to do it.
Have you both got your kids together this year? Have you both got your kids?
I can't believe it. We've nailed it. Yeah, we've both got the kids.
Oh my God, you guys have got to do Christmas.
We won't be doing it together though, will we?
Well, we can't. Well, we don't know. We said we would do it if we can, didn't we? We said we could come over. Yeah, you see what I mean about his memory. He said
I met my parents for Christmas.
He said he'd come to mine because he's got a bigger house.
There you go.
Right.
You can do a happy.
James has been to my house for Christmas the year he didn't have his kids.
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice
That was
thing
nice,
to
wasn't
do.
it? Wait,
More of a Christmas Eve, didn't you?
your kids were there, and it was really good. That, yeah.
Yeah.
Would
I
you?
think that's a really lovely thing to do.
Yeah, the idea, one day, kind of the dream, well, not a dream, but is that we run as a single parents group a Christmas Day dinner event somewhere.
Amazing.
Anyone on their own, or maybe with kids, whoever it is, come and all eat together.
Lovely.
Steve,
Really lovely.
Steve's gonna cook for 100 people.
If you join our group on Facebook, Single Parents United, on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I am doing a Zoom party. So you'll be able to join, have a chat with us, watch me cook some pinwheels, just doing my usual
Pinwheels.
Christmas dives, you know. Probably
Do we get to sing a few carols with you as well? Do we get a little bit of a...
James will probably be on Christmas Eve, won't you, with me?
You've got your kids, haven't you?
Yeah, they'll be on. I'm not bothered, but I'm gonna basically invite all these random single parents to join in. And
That's lovely. Really lovely to do.
I will have to tidy my house before Christmas Eve.
You better start now, mate.
The hallway's looking alright.
Good.
Yeah, the dining room isn't anymore, was it? You moved all the stuff from the hallway into the dining room.
Do you want to have a look?
Go on.
There's that. Oh.
It did all go into the dining room, didn't it?
It did. You've just moved the problem, Steve. You've not solved it.
Oh, I've got a bigger problem to solve. That's you, mate.
No, your bigger problem is your headphones, pal.
They look like sort of like bubblegum or kind of marshmallows.
Yeah, them flumps, them marshmallows.
Oh, yeah, flump. Get a flump on your ear.
Christmas present for you, Steve. New headphones.
No, I've told you two what to buy. Remember, I sent you a...
What's it? That not beer pong.
Shoot, I can't remember the name of it. Where you
the game. The game.
Yeah.
It looks quite good, that.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you want for Christmas, Tosh, apart from a new fella?
Oh, I don't know if I want a new fella. What do I want for Christmas? Do you know what? I'm just so not bothered about things like Christmas. I kind of gave up that, a few years ago, really wanting anything. It was just really to sort of like provide somewhere lovely for my kids and to get that right and do something for my kids. And I don't, I'm not that bothered about Christmas and things like that. I was never ever really bothered about Valentine's Day either. Not in a sort of like a down way. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like you can do lots of lovely stuff for people all the way through year round, and it doesn't have to be about Christmas as like to remind you that you've got to look after people. And I guess maybe it might be interesting to see what happens this year as well. If everybody's the whole lockdown thing, that people sort of change the way they do things. And
well, I know that when the day before all the non-essential shops shut, there was massive queues outside Smith's Toys superstores.
Oh, was there? Oh, okay.
That you can tell from that people ain't going to change. I think that
maybe not.
And just spend even more money on food and stuff. I know.
But we're going to do a Christmas week, aren't we? Can you hear my dog? Rose, come here. Come in.
I've seen quite a few houses that are already decked up. People putting Christmas stuff up early to cheer themselves up and everything. So.
I think this year it's probably like, if you want to put your Christmas tree out, put your Christmas tree out. I mean, who's anybody to judge what anybody's doing anymore?
Yeah. Put my tree up, yeah. It's a bit of a hazard over that way. On Valentine's Day, Tosh, me and James will cook for you this year. I'll do the starter, tomato soup, and James will make the main course.
And chicken. And I'll do a pudding. Or a sweet or dessert or something, whatever like. What do you guys call it up north?
Pudding.
Oh, you do? I got it right. I always call it pudding.
Oh, call it both.
Yeah, I always call it a pudding.
Afters. Sometimes it's afters. What do you want?
Afters.
What's Cornish pasty down your way?
What is what?
Cornish pasty.
A Cornish pasty.
What do we call it?
Cornish pasty.
What is it that they call differently down there? I'm sure there's a
Bread
Are
roll.
you sure? No.
A bap. What's a bap?
Do you know what a Dorset knob is?
no.
It's real. It's a thing.
Is it? No.
Yeah, but just obviously get the laughs. It is a thing. It's like a little dried. Just Google it. See Sorry, I couldn't resist. I was just feeling a bit mischievous, and that came up. So
Take your word.
oh, what came up on those?
Take your word for that, Tosh.
Anyway, there we go.
I think it'd be a good time to end.
Yeah.
And say thanks for watching, and don't forget to check us out on Instagram, single.parents.united, here on YouTube, like and subscribe if you would like to, and also Facebook, Single Parents United. Happy Christmas.
Bye.